Dave Palumbo here with an RxMuscle news update. The IFBB Mr. Big Evolution Pro has let out, and we have a champion. Actually, we had a great battle between two Andreas from Italy, Andrea Muzzi, Andrea Presti, and they battled it out to the very end, and the judges really worked these guys real hard, and in the end, Andrea Presti comes out as the champ, and it comes down to what I always say: conditioning wins shows. Presti showed up with superb conditioning, strided glutes, shredded hamstrings, lower back detail that was really, really impressive. Interestingly, Muzzi actually had really good quads. I thought his legs were better than Presti's, but Presti brought more polish. He brought what he needed to do to take home this victory. When you look at these two men posing down on stage, Presti just sticks out as the guy who's got more pop. He's got more detail in his frame, even though I felt that Muzzi actually had maybe more muscle than him in terms of, especially in the lower leg department, I should say the leg department. He definitely looked more complete in terms of quads, adductors, all that kind of detail. But the problem was his midsection lower back was not as tight as Presti's. And so, when judges can only judge what's up on that stage. And to me, when I look at these guys posing, pose with each other, my eyes are just going to Presti way more times. Maybe on some of the front poses, Muzzi, looked pretty good because he's got the good legs. But I have to say the abs just were like a little blurred, and it could have just been a matter of a little water. I think he probably had a little bit of body fat and some water on there. You never know. These guys have both competed in an awful lot this year. And you know what? It was smart because they're going to go to the Olympia. Presti's going to the Olympia now in the win. Muzzi has to have a lot of points now. He's I don't know where he is in the standings. He's got to be pretty high up there. There's still more shows to do. These guys are cashing in on shows that a lot of American bodybuilders could have been qualifying on. So congratulations to these guys for being able to hit show after show after show. Kind of reminds me of what Milos Sarcev did and Darren Charles did back in the day. They would just go to every show, and some of them they would win, some of them they would place, but they both always wind up at the Olympia at the end of the year because they hit so many competitions. Now back then there was no point standing, but there was, if you placed top three, you went to the Olympia in most shows. So I got to take my hat off to them. Great show down there, and I think that the promoters have to be happy. The fans were going crazy, and that just makes for an exciting competition. In the Classic Physique, we had an awesome champ also in Fabian Mayor. This guy is just phenomenal. He's going to give a lot of guys a run for their money come Olympia time. He's got structure. He's got a tiny waist. His conditioning was amazing. I was very impressed with him, and I think that he's going to be a top guy in the next couple of years that we're going to be talking about in that top echelon of the Classic Physique division. We're going to do a full wrap-up later tonight live on Heavy Muscle Radio. So you guys can check that out with Chris Aceto, myself, and whoever else might be joining us. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with an RxMuscle news update.